Greetings. This is a 10-minute session, pre-recorded session for Brandy, born September 11th, 1980. And I'm going to dive directly into the questions. I want to let you know that numerology is not anything psychic. It's here to remind you of your patterns, cycles, and sequences that can guide you. And if you use it appropriately, it can be very helpful for you. So I'm going to dive directly into your questions. Being born under the name Brandy, with being born under the master number 9/11/1980, which also, when you add your name, your birthday across, it adds up to 29, which also add up to 11. 9 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 0 equals 29, which is 11. So 11 shows up in your chart twice, 1 through the 29 and 1 being born on the 11th directly. One of the first questions you ask, you say, how do I move into the frequency of my master number 11? Because I'm sure I'm operating in the 2. Well, you more than likely have worked between both of them, because the 2 is never going to disappear, because you're a healer by nature. You feel, and that's where the 2 allows you and opens you up to feel, where the double ones are masculine male energies that adds up to the feminine 2. But that's when you're doing your assertive work and you feel that everything is in the zone and you work it. Because you and Taraji P. Henderson is born, Taraji P. Henson is born the same day. And you know, just like recently when she was on a television show about women getting paid or something, she started crying because that's the 2 energy. But although she is a good, masterful actor in what she does. So don't try to get rid of the 2. Understand how to balance the 2 out, because at the end of the day, when you're born under that 11th frequency, your especially your life path being 11 and your personal number being 11, one of the best exercises for a healer to take is time for themselves. So when you want to take time for yourself, that 11 has to do that. And you need to do it like every day. So set a certain time to be alone and reflect on your day. And you might also find that watching comedy helps you to release the stress and negativity that you will feel from people you help that day, or find something that will give you enough energy to continue on your healing journey. Because you're a natural healer. Even with your name, you have 20 as far as the consonants of your name in the Pythagorean. Your name Brandy adds up to a number 15, which is the 6, another healing number. The number 2, the 20, is another healing number. The vowels of the name Brandy in the Chaldean system is another healing number 2. And also the consonants of your name Brandy in the Chaldean is a number 4, which deals with discipline, order, structure, and learning how to protect your mind. Because what enters your mind can cause you emotional turmoil. And a very good book to get for you is the book called The Power of Decision by Mr. Raymond Charles Barker. He was recommended by the late, great Reverend Ike back in the day. But your name Brandy in the Pythagorean system adds up to a number 3. So in order for you to balance off that 11 and that 2, you got to write. You got to release. You got to let it go. You got to let it go and let God and let it flow through you, because right now, since your birthday in 2024 going into 20, right now you're in an expansion cycle, new beginning cycle, new things, new attitude, new ways of business, accomplishing new things. And the theme of this particular year for you, because you're in a number 1, feeling the effects of a number 11, number 2-year cycle, and this could be a very good year for you if you operate on its highest and wisest level. But the number between the number 2 and the number 1 and the number 2 year, because you just left 2024, so you're still resonating with that new beginning cycle, dealing with new beginnings, actions, changes, learning new modalities, doing things like this might be something new to you also. Letting go of old beliefs and things and people that have held you back in any way that's not supporting you, and be willing to expand, because you're going into an 11-year cycle, which deals with ideas coming to you real quickly. You need to write them down, put them to work, and make them manifest. Use your number 11. Say, I'm going to do this in 11 days, 11 weeks, 11 months. The 11th of every month, I'm going to take my ideas and my creativity to the next level, because right now you're in an expansion cycle all the way till 2026. So you've been in an expansion cycle starting in the end of 2023, going into 2024, going into 2025, and going into 26. So you've got to expand and grow, especially for business, new partnership, new balance, patience, learning how to be patient, but yet be creative at the same time. And any ideas that come through dreams, through writing, through watching things, write them down immediately. Tap or email yourself, text yourself. Always do that. So don't move into the frequency. Balance the frequency of the number 11 with the number 2 and see how they work together without mentally being locked down. Because sometimes with that 4 energy around you, you can hold yourself back by mentally holding yourself back and overthinking or second guessing yourself. If it's good and positive and productive for your well-being, just do it. What you got to run from it for? Run to it. Don't run away from it. The second question was, I love being special education teacher, but I feel there is more for me to do. Is this true in alignment? Well, yes, it is. Master numbers came here to do masterful things. And remember, the number 11 is the number of fame and fortune, but it's going to help you through your writing, through your need to express, because your name Brandy gives you your gift, talents, and skills. And because your name Brandy adds up to a number 30, which is a mental superiority number and a writing number, you need to write and turn your pain, pleasures, and passion into profit. So even if you're in special education, you could write about special education and write children's book for people that are special educated or that's in the special education field for young people. And then because you're born in the year 1980, you're really supposed to be doing things on an international level, but 9 is one of your challenge numbers. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 0 equals 18, which is a 9, and you're born in the 9th month, and 9 is one of your challenge numbers, but it's challenging you to finish what you start, whatever you put your mind to, and think on a higher international level. Stop limiting yourself. Taraji never limit herself. That's why she's doing what she's doing. The only problem she has is being paid properly. Elephant Man, the reggae artist, born 9/11, he's taking care of his business by creating a loving dance ecstasy for everybody. He teaches people how to do the dances and all that because it's about bringing love and bringing that loving frequency and expanding on that loving frequency, because the number 11 is the fame and fortune number. And as you're going into your 50s, you're going to start realizing that you got to expand beyond just America. You've got to go international. And the only way you're going to go international is by using technology and be willing to reach people on international levels in their own international way. Maybe you have to write a book and have different translation from English to Spanish to French. That's the way you do it. You got to think. And use ChatGPT, because remember, the number 11 rules technology, just like the master number 22 rules technology. And you got 11 strong on your chart. You just have to know how to use technology. You can use ChatGPT and AI. AI is ruled by the 2 1s, the 11 in one aspect, but the 2 1s. And you're born under the 2 1s. So use it for the positive aspect of getting the template for how you're going to move on and move to the next level with whatever business or whatever you want to accomplish in your life. So as a teacher, you take what you've learned all these years, you learn, you earn, and you return it to yourself, but make sure you return it in a higher level since you're being born in the 1980 and 1980 adds up to 18, which is a 9, and 9 is the international love, humanitarian service, and the number of completion. Last but not least, how to master matters of the hearts using your numerology frequency. Interesting about that, you just have to learn to balance things off by what I said earlier, the regular exercises that you have to do as a number 11. Matters of the heart, healing yourself, doing everyday things that can balance, even if you're doing it for 11 minutes or 2 minutes, learn to balance things off with yourself on it. Because on this realm, there's an everyday work. And if you're going to spiral up, then spiral up. If you're going to spiral down, you're going to spiral down. But if you stay complacent, you'll stay comfortable. But you have to work with yourself constantly, because again, you're a healer and you attract people, places, and things that usually needs help and healing. And you give people the benefit of the doubt, but you got to be very careful of energy vampires. Another book you should get is called Dodging Energy Vampires by Christian Northrup. That's a good book for people born under your master numbers and your life path to dodge energy vampires. Learn to recognize them right away, because your intuition always tell you who they are, but you always got to be able to navigate. So that's one of the ways to master, but you got to learn to show love to your heart and different organs, because your heart and your mind has to come together to work together as one in order for you to overcome it and step and accomplish the greater goals that you want to accomplish with your heart molded with your mind, because it's about the union of the two that's going to help you to master. And start studying more about the heart, because the number one, the 11, it rules the heart. You always got to protect the heart. So you got to make sure you don't allow energy vampires or people that's going to take you down or disturb your peace in any way by protecting your heart. If people you're dealing with are not spiritual and going on a spiritual journey like you are, then leave them alone, period. Okay? Now, before I leave, I want to give you your power numbers, your power days, your power months. And your power numbers are 11, 2, 7, 5, 1, 4, 6. That's 11, 2, 7, 5, 1, 4, 6. Your power days are Monday, Wednesday, Sunday, and Friday. Your power months are March, May, June, July, August, September, and October. So align them up. If you want to do something of importance or initiate something, say I do it on March the 11th on a Monday or May the 5th on a Sunday. Align things up. Always align things up. Even the times are important. 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Now, your two challenge numbers are the 9 and 8. 9 is reminding you to finish what you start. Don't start and stop and start and stop and overthink. If it's positive and productive, finish what you start and always propel it to be on a high vibratory level. Keep it high. Don't go low. Don't let people bring you down to the low level. Don't get into arguments. If you don't have to protect yourself from anybody, stay focused. Number 8 says recognize assets and liabilities in people, places, and things. If they're an asset, keep them. If they're a liability, let them go. 9 and 8 are your challenge numbers, but it's challenging you to be your best or your worst. 9 and 8 is connected to Tuesdays and Saturday. 9 and 8 is connected to January, April, and November. So people born in those months could be a challenge. People's situation can happen under those days. That could be a challenge. People born under that 9 and 8 can be a challenge, but always look at it from a balanced perspective. Are they challenging you to be your best or your worst? If it's challenging you to be your best, run to the challenge. If it's challenging you to be your worst, leave it alone. I hope you do a longer one, because I got more with your middle name and last name and all that. I got much more. And if you're questioning me about what, you make sure you write down some key questions. Just remember, numerology is not psychic. It's here to guide you. All right? Have a great day, afternoon, and evening. Be safe, be great. And I'll be sending this over to you via text and via email in a second. All right? Peace and love.